striker drone detected.
Overhead!
Rogue striker drone detected. Rogue sniper turret detected. Rogue incinerator turret detected. Rogue assault turret detected.
Body bag ready!
Where you think to go?
High-risk target approaching.
Tossing grenade!
High-risk target approaching. System reactivated.
Hello everyone and welcome to another build video. For today's video I'm going to show you the new mask, which I'm not going to say because I don't know how to pronounce it, so I think it's Catharsis, something like that. I made a build specifically for this mask alone, and as you can see from the beginning it has 6 red cores, so this makes it a tanky build with also a lot of self-healing, with armor on kill and status effect, and some damage here and there, because obviously this has 0 red core, so that will means that you're not going to do damage compared to a build that has 6 or even close to 6 red cores. But yeah, so let's go into the build. I'm going to start for this build with the gear, and afterward I will go through the weapons to explain you why did I choose the 2 weapons that you see on my screen right now, so the SMG and the Scorpio. But let's get into the build. Now before going into it, I want to show you how you can get this one. So mainly, if you go to the seasons, this one dropped for me in the exotic cache. So I opened like 3 or 4 exotic cache and I was able to get the mask. Now if you don't get the mask from the exotic cache, you're going to get it at level 90. So at level 90 you'll be able to get this mask. I was, yeah, like I said, I was lucky to get the mask, and then I was able to prepare this build. So you and also tested it. So you guys have like an idea how to create a build for this one. This is a variation. Obviously there are more variations, but I made this one specifically for tanking, healing, and status effect with armor on kill and so on. So it has like multiple functionalities in this build, and I'm going to explain you first the gear sets. So let's go over it for the mask for you guys that don't have the mask yet. So this one has, as you can see here, it has armor, incoming repairs, armor regen, and critical hit damage. Now the talent is vicious cycle. Taking damage builds stacks to a cap of 30. Each stack grants plus 1% weapon damage. Taking damage at the max stacks triggers a purge. Removes all stacks and status effects, and then dropping a healing cloud which restores 5% of the max armor for 10 seconds to all allies in the cloud. Now, how does the cloud works? Basically, it looks like when you're dropping a chem launcher healing underneath you. That's basically the animation, and you and the players that step into the cloud, you're going to get healed. So this is a very good option for staying in cover with your teammates, and if you take damage, yeah, you will be healing your teammates as well. Now keep in mind that each stack you gain, so it says here each stack grants plus 1% damage. So the more you get hit, the more you'll do more damage until you reach 30, and then when this is when actually the purge triggers. It and gives you this removes the status effect. So this is very good for scenarios that or for missions that you get like burn or something like that. You'll be able to remove them easily, and also you're going to drop this cloud in order to heal yourself. So that's basically what the mask does. Now let's go over into the rest of the gear. So I have here the 0Fs, which is the Badger high-end item that gives you 10% shotgun damage, armor. Have here critical hit chance, critical hit damage, and critical hit damage with perfectly unbreakable. When your armor is depleted, repair 100% of your armor. So basically this is a good thing to have, because you're going to repair 100%. That means that 1.8 million you'll be able to get it back after you lose all of your armor. So that makes it even tankier. Now for the backpack, I choose the new Usina Getica. I think that this is how you pronounce it. This is the named backpack that gives you 5% total armor. It has armor over here, all the reds, as you can see, critical hit chance and critical hit damage with the perfect opportunistic. So enemies you hit take 50% more damage from all sources for 5 seconds using marksman or shotgun weapons only. Now as you can see here right now it's red due to my character is holding the SMG. So if I switch to the shotgun, now it's available. So keep in mind that when you're using other weapons besides the shotgun, you're not going to trigger this talent on the enemies that you hit. Okay, cool. So let's move on to the gloves. I have here the dead grips, which is basically the 511 tactical. This one gives you armor on kill, and critical hit damage. I choose specifically the dead grips just for the armor on kill, and I'm going to explain you why. So basically you have six red cords, so you're going to go in a lot. Now obviously that cloud is going to trigger after a while, so after you get hit, but I wanted to do something in between, so that's why I choose the dead grips. I also have the gunner for the specialization to give me that armor on kill as well. And also the last two pieces, which is the knee pads and the holster, it's actually the system corruption to give me that 50% armor on kill with armor on kill and critical hit damage. So right now, based on this one, so let me show you the holster as well. So I have here armor with critical hit damage. So just from these three and also the gunner, I'm able to heal a lot. So even though I'm not healing from the cloud, I'm healing from the armor on kill. And yeah, that's basically why I made this setup of the gear. Now let's go into the weapons. I'm choosing the Scorpio for this one because obviously due to the talent on the backpack, and also you don't have too much damage as I said, 6 blue cores. You're not going to do too much damage, but with this shotgun you're able to do some damage, and also you're going to give them different status effects and also the shock, which is actually quite good. You're going to shock the targets. Basically this is a good tank, good build to tank the hunters, because even though you're going to take damage, you're going to put them in shock, especially with your teammates coming over you. You'll be able to get it fast and you're able to tank him, and if you kill him, you'll get some armor back. So that's why I choose the Scorpio. And this one comes for every scenarios. Even if you're encountering a lot of enemies, you will be able to stay alive, especially if you kill as many NPCs. You're going to get your armor back. So that's basically armor back from the armor on kill, and if you trigger the cloud, you're going to heal yourself once again. So that's a lot of healing coming from this build, and also the status effect. Now the shotgun, the Scorpio does a lot of damage, even though you don't have at least one red core, you're still going to do some damage. But keep in mind that I made this build for tanking, staying alive for a long period of time, and also doing status effects. So that's why I made this build. Now for the other weapon, you can use whatever you want, but I choose the SMGs for this one because first of all you're going to lack in the critical hit chance, critical hit damage department. Basically this is how you can get your damage. Let's say for example if you switch the SMG to an assault rifle or even LMG, you're going to miss this 21% critical hit chance. That's why I choose the SMGs, an SMG instead of other category of weapons. Now, why did I choose the Police T821? Well, it's basically because you're lacking in damage. So let's say, for example, I'm using the Dark Winter or the Vector, the normal version of the Dark Winter. Your damage is going to be very low. So you're going to empty a lot of clips in your enemies in order to kill it. Now I have this one, which as you can see, it's almost close to a gunrunner roll. I'm missing 0.1% here on the SMG damage. But as you can see, all of it is a godlike roll and also has the talent trained. In my opinion, this is the best talent to use for this weapon, because the more you shoot, the more stacks of critical hit damage you'll get. And you have to take in consideration that this weapon has very low RPM, so that means that you'll be able to hit at least half of the magazine at max stacks for the critical hit damage. So let me show you quick. So basically it reached 5 when I have 27 bullets, so that means half of the magazine. So let me do it again just to see it. So look at the counter on the right side of the weapon. So when I'm reaching 5, that's max stacks on the critical hit damage. From that point on, I will be able to hit the critical hit damage on the max stacks for this weapon. So yeah, let's try it again. So yeah, that's 27. That's basically, I didn't remove the finger from the trigger, but that's basically 27 bullets that you will be able to hit at max stacks for the talent strain. Now let's go over the stats real quick. So I have here, let me switch because I think I'm missing one critical hit chance, and I think that this one is. Exactly. So right now I have 58% critical hit chance and 140 critical hit damage. With the max stacks, I will be able to kill something with this one with one magazine. So you have to keep in mind that even though I have 6 blue cores and 0 red cores, I'm still able to kill an enemy with this SMG. So that's why I choose this one, because of the low RPM, and also has the thing that has the highest base damage from all SMGs in the game. So that's why I choose this weapon. Now For the handgun, obviously I didn't try to go over too much because you're not going to use the handgun for this build too much. So I choose the normal one, which comes from the gunner and also has the perfect preservation. So basically, if you have like one enemy that needs to be shot, if you killing an enemy repairs 25% of your armor. So you have to take in consideration that you're also going to kill him. So that means a lot of armor on kill, plus the armor regeneration that you'll be getting from this handgun. So that's why I chose it. And also, obviously, I'm choosing most of my guns that I have. I choosing, if I don't use so much the handgun, I'm choosing the handguns that has the options to add a pistol flashlight underneath the weapon, because in some areas it's dark, and yeah, handguns basically don't do too much in this game, but it's good to have something that can actually have a use. And in my opinion, the guns that you're not going to use is better to attach a flashlight underneath. But I think that for this handgun alone, you're going to have a use, especially like I said, if you have like an enemy has low health, you can kill him and get a lot of armor back. So yeah, that's basically the build. Now for the skills, I'm choosing the revive 5, and you may wonder why. Is because sometimes you get cocky, especially when you play with a build like this. You're thinking that you're invincible, and most of the times you are, but not all of them, because if you have a bunch of NPCs around you, and all of those NPCs are focusing you, they will drop you at some point. So that's why I choose the revive 5. For the second one, I didn't know what to choose because I don't have like an option for it. So I choose the fixer drone. You can go here with whatever you want. So this slot alone you can choose depending on what you want to put. But the revive 5, in my opinion, I think this is a good option because you're going to do a lot of you're going to tank a lot, and especially if you're going against if you're going in the new game mode, you'll have a lot of hunters and they will drop you even with 1 million armor if you're not careful. So that's why I choose the revive 5. For example, the one option that you can go, in my opinion, is actually the Banshee. The Banshee is because you're going to do, especially with the Scorpio, you're going to do status effect. So you're going to give the NPCs disoriented, which is basically going to stop the NPC from moving, regardless of type of NPC, and you'll be able to shock them. And if you want something in the beginning, before you're able to trigger the disoriented, you can go for the Banshee that comes with the gunner specialization. So you'll be able to focus a lot of enemies with a Banshee and kind of like incapacitate them, and then you can use the Scorpio to further incapacitate them as well. So that's the idea for this build. It's actually a lot of health, a lot of incoming heal, armor on kill, status effect, and also if you want to have like a weapon to that deals somehow the damage, I suggest going for something that has lower RPM. If you don't have this weapon, I suggest going for the UMP, because that weapon also has a low RPM, and if you can put strain on it, yeah, you'll be able to do damage as well with that one. So basically up to you. I don't suggest using a high RPM SMG for this build because you're going to empty a lot of clips and that's not productive. In my opinion, I suggest going for sustainability than for nuke damage, because you don't have damage whatsoever. So yeah, this is the build. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Leave a like on the video, subscribe to the channel if you're new to see more The Division 2 content like this, and until next time, have a good one.